Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Koudelka. Last time we did not finish the boss fight that's in the room that I'm going to enter right now, and today I'm going to go right ahead and take him on. The name of this boss is the Jezebel, and the description is interesting because it says it's the anger and betrayal of fallen women given form. Formerly using their charms to entice men, there is now only a twisted mockery of their beauty. It is yet another crime against the natural order. I got this from a Shadowheart's wiki, which you should visit. It's got a lot of information on the Shadowheart's game. That was kind of lame. It may be time to bring out the program. This enemy has spells that cause silence, so I had to use items to remove the status effect. I'm going to start using James in a supportive role right now, in certain turns to debuff the bosses and enemies that I encounter, so that those spells can also level up. I'm actually working on lowering this boss's agility. If you use the buff spells on the enemies, it actually reduces their stats. This technique of debuffing your enemies and buffing your characters will come into play pretty soon when I go and face the gargoyle, which is the optional monster that I mentioned earlier. Fight is over. You'll understand a little bit later in one of the videos that's coming up why I'm spending so much time using those Fortify Agility, and you'll see me go into the Fortify Strength and Intelligence also in the videos that are coming, because those buffing skills become key right now for me. If you ever defeated the Gargoyle in this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Quickly spend some bonus points here, and let's move on with the story. For defeating the Jezebel, I received the automatic pistol and the spell Reflect, which is going to be a very good spell to protect against attacks.
So this is Elaine?
Yes. She's the one I had the psychic vision of. Do you doubt it?
No, indeed.
Good. Let's begin.
It has been a long time indeed, Mr. O'Flaherty.
Oh, Elaine, is that really you?
Yes, it is. It is such a pity that we meet again, and I can only present myself to you in this form. This is the woman that responded to my voice, is it not? Thank you for doing this for someone like myself.
Elaine, I haven't yet come to terms. Please tell me how this happened to you.
Of course I will explain. James, 18 years ago, I was murdered by some thieves that broke into my home. I was helpless. Both Patrick and Ogden were out on business. There was nothing that anyone could do.
I will not accept this. This should not have happened.
Yes, Patrick responded the same exact way. He could not accept my death. He spent years and years perfecting his craft in wizardry and tried everything in his power to bring me back to life.
Resurrecting the dead? Is this for real? We're not talking about Frankenstein here.
Frankenstein?
That novel written about 100 years ago?
He was taking it very seriously. And he had found the key to actually make it happen.
The immigrant document.
Yes. The assistance and the powers from ancient druids, he held a resurrection ceremony in this monastery.
But something went wrong, didn't it?
He only resurrected my physical body. As you can see, my soul is still doomed to roaming the universe, forever separated from my body. And the terrifying thing is that my body was resurrected as a heartless monster.
Monster.
Although the monster may look like me, it is not me. Mr. O'Flaherty, please turn my body into ashes with your power.
Ashes? But if I do that, we won't be able to bring you back to life.
Mr. O'Flaherty, I was robbed of my life by those thieves, and I could hate them as mortal enemies. Choose to think that my death was preordained by the Lord. Please, do not mourn my death. It was wrong for Patrick to try to resurrect me, to undo the work of God. Please, do not be sad. Death is at the heart of God's reasoning. I urge you to destroy my body. Its existence defies the wise providence of heaven. It mustn't exist in this world.
Wait! Elaine! God! Curse! What a cruel world! I gave everything for your happiness, and now what am I left with? I have no meaning in my life. Damn it! What have I been doing with my life? Elaine! Elaine!
One of the reasons why I really like this game is the voice acting. I told you this before. That guy had to be crying when he taped that. I mean, that is real commitment to the part. It was awesome. Now that Jezebel has been defeated, I have access to this area. That door was previously held shut by a mysterious force. And here I see a scroll with a picture of a dragon. Above the dragon it reads Hestia. If you remember correctly, that means Earth. Some shotgun shells. To the right of the screen, there's a scale, and if you go on it and check it out, it'll tell you Koudelka's weight, which is 45 kilograms. On this shelf, there's an empty bottle, which is used to collect the acid on the room where I fought the Guardian Priest. Here, laying on top of the table, I'll collect Patrick's memo. When you examine this fireplace, Koudelka remembers the words Hestia, which she saw in the previous room, and that, lights a light bulb in her head and makes her open this fireplace and reveal a ladder. This door is locked by a mechanism, which is triggered by the scale that's at the bottom right of the screen. I'll quickly pick up this Panacea and then get on the scale. There will be a number in there, and you have to use a counterweight to get to the desired weight that this scale wants, which is 70 kilograms. So 45 kilograms is the weight that Koudelka determined. That's how much she weighed in the previous room when she got in the scale. So I'll put 25, and that will unlock the door. To the left of Koudelka, there's a body that actually has some items. I skip it on this playthrough. When I come back later, I'll pick up the items that are in this room. This is what leads to the final area of the game. I'm going to go to that door, but then I'm going to return back to the original save spot where I started this video and start my preparations to take the optional boss, which is the gargoyle. I want to defeat that side boss before I go into the main building. After defeating Jezebel and solving the fireplace puzzle, it's also good to go to the library where we met Roger Bacon in the past video, because there will be an additional scene that plays there now.
I know it's here. I saw it here. I put it here. What? Have you come round to see me again?
I want you to look at this.
Research journals.
I want you to tell us whether what's written there can actually happen or not.
Well, let me see. Yes, I see. Oh, that's right. Resurrecting the dead. Ooh, a cauldron. The Branwyn tales, indeed. Yes. It is most likely that the events detailed here did take place.
Just as I thought. But that's so frightening that
Personally, I have not attempted it. I am certain that the Immigrant document contained accounts of secret rituals conducted to resurrect the dead. But as you can tell from reading this, it involves complicated preparatory work. I ended up discerning the impossibility of using the psychic powers necessary to create such an immense psychic platform. Moreover, I never expected that people would attempt to challenge such a feat.
The journals say that the physical body was resurrected, but not the soul.
Absolutely. The ancients held the secret to life in the palm of their hands. But they could never come close to touching the secrets of the soul. They resurrected the dead in order to use their physical bodies as a workforce, thus building the great civilization we oft-times speak of. In fact, we would not be far off if we called them puppeteers. Exploiting the human body as an object.
If so, then wouldn't
Yes, resurrecting the dead and restoring them to life as it was before death is impossible.
Then how do you return the resurrected body once again to Earth?
That is a very complicated question, since it already defies universal logic.
Please.
It is no easy task.
Tell me how. It's what Elaine, God rest her soul, wanted.
Right. It is not absolutely impossible, but I would need to call forth the sacred powers in order to complete such a feat. Oh, yes. I know that the arm of Daniel Scotius, the man who built this monastery, is stored in a stone statue on the ground. If we throw that into a cauldron, we will successfully destroy the roots of the tree of life. Oh, after that, I haven't a clue whether to call forth the energies of fire or entrust the task to water. Oh, it is so complicated.
Fire or water?
What are we going to do?
Oh, Heavenly Father, bless our souls and bring forth an end to this suffering. Oh.
Even though I was here earlier, I still obsessively, compulsively search for items, even though I probably in my head know that there's nothing new. It's a bad habit, or good, because sometimes I do find stuff. The climbing and unclimbing mechanic of this game is horrible. If there was one thing I could change, this would be it. It's like she has butter on her feet. It's terrible. I'm approaching the ending of the game right now, so there's only one more optional event, which is defeat the gargoyle and obtain the Sacnoth, which is the ultimate weapon of the game. That will be next video. So I'm gonna go to the room where I fought the Jezebel boss and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.